Hello and welcome to another video about the IDT Labs SaaS Cloud, brought to you by IDT Labs. And in this video we'll talk about creating quotations and how quotations can be converted to sales orders, and how we can make invoices from sales order, and then more importantly how we can make payment for invoices. So we'll talk about quotation, sales order, invoices, and then making payments. Okay, so to create a quotation from the sales tab, you head on to the sales and then select quotations from the sales tab. And then another thing I want to discuss is, first, quotations comes from leads and opportunities. So when a request for a new product comes in, it is first logged in as a lead and then converted into opportunities and then quotation. So to create a quotation, select the quotations, and then as you can see, there is currently one quotation here, which is a draft quotation, and we can click and view it if we want to. Okay, well in this case we're going to create a new one, so we click the create button. So after clicking the create button, we might want to specify the customer for which we are creating this particular quotation. So we select the customer, so in this case we are selecting AP Vision Pro, and then as you select the customer, automatically we set the price list and preference for this particular customer automatically came. Okay, so and then we can also see the date we are creating this particular quotation, and then also this warehouse you see in here is optional. So if you have the warehouse management system installed, you can see this warehouse, but if you don't have the warehouse management system, you can't see the warehouse, but that's not a problem anyway. We can still continue and create the quotation. Okay, so you can also specify the contract or analytic over here. Okay, but we're going to leave it blank. And then the next thing you may want to do is actually add your other lines to this particular quotation. I say add your product. Okay, so to add a product, you come under the other lines and then you click add item, and then from this product drop down you can search for product within the system, product which you've created. Okay, so for this particular customer we are creating, we're gonna add 3 items to the quotation. So the first one we'll add, we'll say is let's look for an interesting one, say ink cartridge. Okay, so as you select the ink cartridge, you see the description of it, and then also you see the quantity and unit of measure. So in this case we are making 5. Okay, and then whether we want to give a discount or not, or whether we are taxing this particular customer for this product, we will specify again. And then we add another product again. So in this case we want to select as you can see, these are all the products within the system, 160, and you can see the quantity on hand and then the forecast quantity. So it's always advisable to actually look at the quantity on hand when adding product. Okay, so you'll actually know whether the product is still available or not. Okay, so we can specify again external hard disk drive. Okay, we are saying here we are buying 10, and this is the price. Okay, so because we are buying 10, so we might want to give a discount of 2% out of the total. Okay, so let's add another one. Let's search for more, and then say we are selecting Apple wireless keyboard. Okay, and here we are just ordering one. Okay, so this is the price. We can change the price if we want to. Okay, we can change the price if we want to. Again, we can also change the quantity if we want to. Okay, so say for this particular order we're going to tax the person 15%. Okay, and then yeah, so after everything, after we finish adding the product, we can come to other information and say add stuff like the sales person, how to create invoice, whether on demand or before delivery or on delivery. Okay, so we can leave it as create on demand. So if we put it as on delivery, or as soon as we deliver, an invoice will be created automatically, but we can leave it as on demand, and then we can also specify the payment term for this particular quotation. We can say 15 days, okay, and then if it has already been paid or delivered, we can also specify that, and we can do a whole lot of configurations again. Okay, we can specify the fiscal position, normal tax or tax exempt. Okay, so after that we can click updates to actually see the subtotal for all the items, and then also the total price for all the items, okay, as you can see. And then also after everything has been added, you can click the save button. Okay, so when you click the save button, it is still a draft quotation. The name of the quotation is quotation SO018. okay, so this particular quotation you can delete if you want to. You can make a duplicate of it, okay, and then also you can print the quotation order if you want to, and you can also cancel the quotation if you want to. Okay, so in this case we're going to send the quotation by email. Okay, so we click send by email, and then automatically this wizard will pop up. So as you can see, this is the subject, you know, IDT Labs quotation reference SO018, and then the email address of the particular customer we selected will automatically appear here, and you will see the custom message that was specified for sending quotations, where you can edit this message if you want to. Okay, and as you can see, this is the sales order, sorry, the quotation. You can click to view it if you want to. Okay, you can click upon, yeah, and then this is it. And then another thing you can do again is you can actually look at the quotation and see the address of the particular customer we are sending the product for, and then again the details, the price of various items, and then the payment term. Okay, so yeah, and then also yeah, you can click send if you want to. We can also attach another file if we want to. We can attach another file. So after everything we click send, and automatically it will be sent, the quotation will be sent to this specific customer that we selected. Okay, and you will see that the quotation has been sent here. Okay, so now the next thing we want to do is, after confirmation of everything, we want to convert this particular quotation to a sales order. Okay, so we can also send it again if we want to. We can print, we can edit few details about the quotation, and then we can click confirm sale. Okay, so as soon as you confirm sale, automatically the quotation will be converted into a sales order. Okay, so for this particular quotation, I will come again to quotation. We won't see it under here. Okay, we won't see the quotation here again. Why? Because it has been converted into a sales order. So if we come over to sales order, we'll see it here, SO sales order 018. Okay, and as you can see, the status is sale to invoice. So we can open the sale order and actually view it. Okay, we can add followers to this particular sales order if we want to. Okay, and then another thing we can do is we can edit basic information, like maybe the reference or description. Okay, we can change warehouse if we want to. Okay, so after all that, we can click save, and then we can also print if we want to. So we can also view the delivery order of this particular items. Okay, so these are the items that are on the sale order. So we can click check availability to check whether they are all available. As you can see, they are available. Okay, so we can click transfer to actually make the transfer. So we again look at the items, and then maybe we want to delete. If we want, we can delete and do the changes we want to, and then remove. Click apply. As you can see, it has been transferred. Okay, so if we come again to the sales order, we will no longer see it in sales order. We'll see that it is in the stage sales to invoice. Okay, we can again view the delivery order to make sure that we've transferred it. Okay, so we'll come over here, and from here we can now create an invoice for this particular sales order. Okay, So we can also cancel the order if we want to, but in this case we're going to create an invoice. So we click the create invoice button. Okay, so you can see what do you want to invoice. Okay, whether we want to invoice some fixed order lines, or we want to invoice a fixed price, a deposit, or a percentage. Let's start from bottom to top. So some other lines, maybe we want to only invoice some of the product and the sales order. We don't want to invoice all of them, so we can specify the ones we want to invoice, and then we can click the more button and click create invoice. Okay, or if we just want to make an invoice for one, we can do that, create invoice. Or if we want to do for all, we can select all. Okay, and then create invoice. So another thing again we can do is we can make a fixed price. Okay, so what we'll create this will create a draft invoice that you can modify before you validate, but you can actually specify the advanced product, whether it is an advance, and then specify the advance amount for the particular sales order which you're creating an invoice for. Okay, and then you click create and view invoice. Okay, so another thing again you can do is you can also make an invoice for a particular percentage of this total price here you're seeing. Okay, you can say, okay, I want to make an invoice for 50% of the product that way on the sales order. Okay, you can do that, specify the percentage, then click create and view invoice. Or you can combine, or you can invoice the wholesale order as a whole. Okay, so we're going to do this one, click create and view invoice to invoice the wholesale order, and as you can see it has been automatically converted. Okay, an invoice has been created for this particular sales order. Okay, but it is still in the draft stage. So as in the draft stage, there is no invoice number for this particular invoice. Okay, so we can edit it if we want to. We can edit the items if we want to. We can also change the customer for this particular invoice. Okay, and then after everything we can click the validate button. After clicking validate button, we'll see an invoice number will be created for this particular invoice. Okay, we can again send this invoice by mail if we want to. We can send it by mail to the particular customer. Okay, so like the first one, we can also view the invoice which we are sending to the particular customer if we feel like doing that. Okay, so to do that, you click the invoice number and then you can open it. So this is it. This is the invoice, the sample of the invoice you're sending to you. You can print this, maybe send it by hard copy if you want to. Okay, the address of the customer, the invoice details, and so on and so forth. Okay, so after everything, you can click the send button. Okay, so automatically the invoice has been sent, and in the stage is in open stage. Okay, so the open stage, from the open stage you can make you can register payment for this particular invoice if the person has made a payment. Okay, so you can click register payment. Okay, so in this case you see that this is the customer, this is the amount the person is paying. You can one thing you can do again, you can say the person is paying $1,000 out of the total if you want to, and then you can register the payment. So in this case we might say, okay, the person is not paying full, the person is paying $1,348 out of the $4,348. Okay, we can specify the period again which the person is paying for. We can make a reference to that payment, or we can make a memo. Okay, so we click register payment, and then the next thing we might want to do is again click register payment, and then make the payment for the rest of the invoice. Okay, so in this case we saw $3,000 because we've already paid $1,341 at the initial stage. So we can click register payment to make full payment for everything, and then as you can see the invoice has been registered paid. Okay, so we can click refund invoice if we want to, and yeah, so that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you some other time.